Yo guys, in this video I'm going to be going over my full thoughts on Angela. What are the pros, what are the cons, what are some of the annoyances, and then as well as I'll go over some of the buffs that I think this character needs, to be honest, and what I think they could do to make her play better or feel better to play. So let's get into that right now. Alright, first we're going to start off with the pros of the character. And, well, I like that she's combo-oriented. I really do like that. I like that honestly, she's just a blast to play. I understand that's subjective, but honestly, I think she's the most fun tank, at least for me. The next one is that her kit actually is pretty solid, as a whole. Like, if you buff the numbers and stuff, this character will do work. Unfortunately, the numbers are on the low side, and I don't mean just her damage. Everything else in her kit, I think the numbers are just on the lower side, but the kit as a whole, like, it's a solid kit, you know. Just several quality of life buffs and some buffs in general would do this character wonders. And I guess while we're on that topic, I'll go over some of the buffs I would give to this character if you guys haven't seen any of the comments in my last video. So the first one is that I would make it so that this charge that she has here only consumes at 100, because at 100 you get the CC and it does the full damage. Because right now, as it currently is, let's say you're charging it up, and let's say a person's low and you're trying to peel, bang, all your charge is gone. Yeah, I think it should only use the charge at 100. I also do think that it should charge like this speed when you're just standing around, and then you can make it charge faster if you're flying. That can be a good change too. But yeah, just have it charge without her being in flight the whole time, I think would be a solid change. The next one, I'm gonna turn off cooldowns here so I can show you. Her slam, I feel like on the way down she should get CC immunity. And why do I say this? It's because if ever you get even the slightest CC on you on the way down, you just don't get your crystals. You don't get the crystals, and then you basically can't build any bonus HP. And yeah, and then you're like forced to leave. But the problem is when you try to jump up in the air, you can CC even a tiny bit and you go nowhere. And then you're just dead. And they're like, oh, is that my fault, or is that the character's fault, or the game state's fault? To be honest, I couldn't tell you, but like, I think getting CC immunity on the way up and on the way down would help this character out a ton, right? If she's gonna be this squishy, at least give her some ways to get out, because there's no way you make this character the squishiest tank in the game and then make it so that she gets CC'd out of literally everything and nothing gives her bonus HP. Yeah, the only thing gives her bonus HP is when you land and when you hit things. You have to hit things for you to get the bonus HP. If this thing ticked and you get bonus HP for just standing in it, I think that would be pretty busted. But unfortunately, it is not that. So I think either CC immunity on the way up or down, or the bare minimum, just at least allow us to keep the crystals if we get CC'd on the way down, and give us bonus HP on activation, so we even have a chance of leaving, okay? If this tank is gonna have the least amount of HP in the game, the least you can do is give her some survivability, right? And before you say, oh, well, flying is a survivability tool, not really when your hitbox is the size of a freight train, bro. Like, anyone can hit an Angela in the air. It's not that difficult. But yeah, that's another change I would give to the character. The next one, I think they should buff her grounded state, like, a lot, to be honest. These axes do, like, no damage. And right here, you might say, like, oh, this is pretty decent damage. I promise you, as soon as they're getting healed, that damage is so negligent, it is insane. You will be hitting them with a literal pool noodle. That is approximately how much damage you're going to be doing with the axe swings on the ground. I would say buff them by 10, maybe 15 per swing, and you'd be pretty solid. I don't know the numbers, to be honest. 10, 15 is kind of a lot. I'm just shooting a number out there, but just make her a threat on the floor. You know what I mean? that's like my main point. She should also be able to proc the E-core spikes. Granted, like, after she lands, make it on a 12-second cooldown and have it on a different bind, so then when you're on the ground you can still proc it, so you can start building bonus shields. Would be a solid change for her on the ground. The next one is also just to give her the ability to charge on the floor. Obviously, no verticality because you're not flying, right? You're just on the ground, but make it like a Reinhardt charge where you could just charge forward. You can pin these two into a wall. To be honest, that would give her so much more viability to play into so many more comps because you're not forced to just get grounded 24/7. You actually have a solid ground kit. So that's what I would buff about her grounded state. Another buff I would personally give to her is when she casts her ult, give her a slight bit of bonus HP, and then on the way down and when she lands, like this animation, give her like 100 bonus HP or bonus health or shielding or something on the way down, because the amount of times I go in for that kill, I'm shredded as I'm coming in, is insane. Pause. Yeah, I mean, her ult is really solid, to be honest. It's just she just can't do anything. It's basically just a budget Groot ult that you know, well, she can't really get a lot of kills in it because her grounded state does no damage. So yeah, I mean, in her flight form, I honestly don't think the damage needs that much of a buff. I just think if you change the charge attack, she'll be in a solid spot. If I didn't talk about HP, well, I have a question. So why does a man with a shield that's like just running around have 125 more HP than a literal Asgardian? That's my question. Get at me for balance all you want, but like, I'm just confused. You know what I'm saying? Like, help me out. I don't understand the logic behind that. But yeah, that's basically all the changes I would give to her right now. Okay, time to start with the long list of cons. The first con, honestly, it doesn't even have anything to do with her. It's the community. If anything is not Emma Mag or like a frontline tank, people will just not want you on their team. Like if none of the big streamers rate her high, well, you can kiss like any like positive game playing her goodbye, bro, because like it's so bad. It is so toxic. I tried to play so many games last night, but people will just throw the game because they have an Angela on their team. And I'm like, this character is not even bad. She's just perceived as bad because a lot of the streamers, I'm not gonna flame them, but like they're too early like lists where they're like, oh, this character is not very good, and so they put them in like C or D tier. I'm like, okay, if a character is out for a week, brother, like maybe we just put them to like, I don't understand them yet. Maybe we'll just put them in a category like, oh, I can't rank them yet because there's not enough data. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I personally don't get that, and to be honest, a lot of the big streamers and stuff for this game influence a lot of the thoughts and biases towards characters in the game. And because everyone puts Widow in like D tier, people are like, oh, we don't want a Widow. Widow's terrible. But then you have a person like X-Lek that pops off on the character and hard carries lobbies. Shout out to my goat. But I think the main thing is that the community around this game is just like, if you don't have the meta characters, you're just, I guess we just lose in spawn is what they typically act like. And it's pretty annoying. They're like, oh, we need a shield tank. And it's like, shielding from what, bro? You just want a person to stand in the front and do nothing. I'm sorry, I don't like playing tanks that like kind of just sit AFK on the front. You know what I'm saying? That as a Captain America player, I'm sorry, but that's just not my thing, okay? Even in Overwatch, I play the dive tanks, bro. I don't like playing choke tanks at all. And it's funny to me because people in this game will complain that they don't have X character, but they are not willing to swap themselves. You know, I feel like that's like a little unfair. Like if you're asking someone else to swap off the character they really like playing, but you're not willing to swap yourself, I don't think you should be asking, you know? Anyways, besides that point, that was a little side tangent. What do I dislike about this character? Well, I dislike that this character gets CC'd by like 50 million things in this game. Let's go do a real head count real quick on what characters CC this character to oblivion. This character does, this character does, this character does. Let's see, this character does. This character absolutely does. This character, fuck this character. I hate Bucky so much. Bro, why do they keep buffing Bucky? I just don't understand. Like, he has 2 charges of things that can ground her, an uppercut now that disables her. It's like, what did this character get? And not to mention, he's 275 HP and you get extra credit for just using abilities and they stack. Are you kidding me? That's 425 effective HP. 425 effective HP. You know what's crazy? Angela's base HP is 450. That's insane. That's insane. And not to mention, bang, look at that, bang. Double grounded, you can't move, and you're slowed, and then hooks you into your team, bang, uppercut, you're like actually just so dead. You're actually just so dead, it's insane. Anyways, Bucky rant aside, this character also CCs, this character melts you up close and can CC you. This character, I mean, I'm not gonna hate on supports because I like playing supports, but like playing into a good Sue is actually miserable. Her orb will just CC you out of literally anything and will pull you towards the center and you're basically dead. As soon as you get hit by the orb or the pull or a combination of both, you're actually just so fucked. Yeah, incredibly cooked. Yeah, annoying character to play against. A good Jeff, honestly, really annoying to play against as well. If they're able to hit the right clicks, it is just insane. And yeah, I mean, Wolverine's not that big of an issue, but if you do get pinned, you're pretty much insta-dead because you're paper. But yeah, that's pretty much the head count on CC in this game. It's a long list. It's a long list of things that will absolutely just not, even if you're winning, you just won't have a good time on Angela because you just get CC'd out of everything. You can't even press W without getting CC'd 50 billion times, bro. And I think it's because she has faster movement speed or something in the sky, but like, man, does it feel terrible getting slowed or CC'd by anything, because it just takes you out of the animation. It makes it look like you're getting perma CC'd by literally, I mean, you are getting perma CC'd by everything, but oh man, like the CC in this game is actually miserable, bro. Like, why do so many things, and one, they're not even hard to hit, okay? I'm not gonna be upset if I get hit by like a sleep dart or something in Overwatch, but am I gonna get pissed if I get hit by this, like double this from downtown, and then let's say I'm up close, I get uppercutted and I'm rooted for so long, and I'm like, why do you get that? I don't understand. Oh yeah, I forgot Moon Knight Ankh also CCs you out of everything. It's a fun time. It really is. So that is the other major thing, is that because she has no real way to handle getting CC'd that many times, it makes her feel very, very miserable to play. As a kidnapped tank, why, and she's not ranged, right? I think she's no, her and Thing, and I guess Hulk are like the three like big melee tanks. I guess Cap too maybe, but like her damage is the low. I would say, like, I said that her damage isn't that bad, but like proportionally her damage is definitely lower than a lot of these other characters, and so I don't know why that, I don't think that justifies, I don't know why that she has like no HP. That's kind of like my main issues. But yeah, that pretty much covers the negatives. Honestly, it's a lot of it's a community sentiment is the main issue. If a lot of people or streamers perceive a character to be bad without proper testing or without proper anything, then like it's kind of just fucks the whole community that wants to play the character. So I think in the future, if you have an audience, at least just kind of make sure that you're not passing around misinformation. And I know misinformation is kind of like a, you know, kind of an iffy word, but like if a character's 1 week into release, just put him into like, I can't rate them yet, there's not enough data. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go to a Starbucks for the first time and you order one drink and you thought it was bad, and you say, oh, Starbucks sucks or something, do you think people are going to take you seriously? No, not really. It's like, if you only had one drink out of like 50 drinks, how can you say a place is bad? That's just my opinion. So for me, I'd rather wait a little bit to give her some time for people to learn her before I start rating her. Because if you rate a character bad, especially when they launch and people want to play them, the community gets real toxic if they don't have a quote-unquote meta comp because of the reasons I listed. It's honestly just frustrating. If you play off meta characters, you probably understand what I'm going through. Like, let's say you main Iron Fist, let's say you main Blade or something, or like Black Widow or Scarlet Witch, I understand, or like a Spider-Man or something. Like, I'm sure you get that, like, sometimes if you main off meta characters, you'll just get flamed just because they're quote-unquote not meta. but you can politely ask for them to swap off if they're doing bad, right? So I think, I mean, I've been so tempted multiple times to just mute voice chat. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. But yeah, those are the cons, I would say, to playing Angela. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Honestly, I was ranting a lot in this one. Oh man. To be honest, the character's a blast to play, but I would hope in the future that content creators that with a really large audience take a little bit more time to rate a character instead of rating them too early and then putting them in actual shit tier, because it affects everyone who wants to play them, you know? And to be honest, in my opinion, meta doesn't really matter until like top 100 lobbies. You can get, like, people have gotten away with Scarlet Witch to top 500, okay? Like, the character itself doesn't matter, it just depends on your performance. So instead of flaming someone just because a character pick is bad, try to be like, okay, what can we do to play around that person if they're not willing to swap, and etc, right? I think it's important to always be positive in your games, but sometimes it's hard to be positive when everyone on your team is just like, oh, can we get a shield tank? Can we get a shield tank? Well, you're throwing on Angela because Angela's a bad character, bro. And it's like, okay, she's a bad character according to who? And then that's the question that they want to answer, because they'll put them on blast. And they're like, well, everyone thinks they're bad. Well, not everyone, brother. But anyways, side tangent aside, I apologize if this is it seems like a rant video, and it kind of is. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, honestly. If any Angela mains want to express their frustrations down in the comments section, I will be right down there with you, bro. Yeah, this character is just rough to main right now sometimes. I still think they're solid, but the community thinks otherwise. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I thank you guys so much for the support lately. It has been so nice having people to talk to about Angela issues. So yeah, leave down your feedback in the comments section, what this character could get to be improved, and your frustrations down in the comments, because I sure as hell am pissed off right now, to be honest. But yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.